In today's video, we're going to discuss a stock that is about to make a crazy move tomorrow, especially after it just reported its earnings results. We're also going to look at the overall markets to get you guys prepared as always. Alright, y'all, right off the bat, let's check out the SPY real quick. So far we got, I want y'all to really pay close attention to this. When we look at this, the markets, the futures market at least, is giving us a whole lot of doji, right? These candles were a bit longer at first, but now it's just dragging its feet. This is the calm before the storm. A big move is right around the corner. All right, it's not gonna be, the market is not gonna give us too many dojis before we see a candle as big as this, for example, whether it's green or red. I'm leaning more towards red because I think it will be healthy for the market. All right, I gotta pick a side. I'm not staying neutral in these videos. I'm picking a side and I'm leaning bearish. All right, so we're gonna go to the Nasdaq, and we still haven't gotten to the lows of 19,500 like I told y'all on Sunday night or Monday night. I don't know, one of the two. I think it was Monday night. All right, but so far the bears are in control. The bears are still in control. I didn't see set an alert right up here at 20,070. And if it rings, maybe there's a chance, there's a small chance that this trend that started since Thursday might shift. I doubt it, but if it does shift, just be ready for it. But for tomorrow, I think we're gonna drop. The last few moves that I've mentioned in the last video kind of got pushed back by like a day or two, and we're gonna discuss them in detail when we talk about the updates. All right, but that's my thoughts on the indices. The VIX has been acting a bit weird. The VIX has been slowly fading, even though the market is giving us dojis, which doesn't give us a lot of, I guess it doesn't really confirm, or it doesn't make it so easy to be quick to short. Remember, when the market gives dojis like these, let's go on QQQ itself. When the market gives small little candles, it's very, very important to do as little to nothing as possible. Like I haven't taken too many trades at all in the past 2 days, so just keep that in mind. Now, the stock that is about to make a big move tomorrow, that one is MU, and it just announced earnings. First and foremost, we got to look at what happened. This is a chip stock, if you don't already know. This is Micron Technology. All right, and Micron Technology started to tank on Thursday. There is a bearish engulfing candle. That's number one on the chart, on the daily chart, which I like. Number two, earnings happened, and the stock looks like this. It dropped by $9. Which is phenomenal. It didn't drop by like 20% or 30%. The put options are not gonna be up by much. They're only gonna be up by about 30%, maybe 40%. And then the out of the money puts are gonna get like, they're either not gonna move at all, or they're going to take a hit, like a 50% hit, which is gonna be nice. What I want to see for this one, set an alert right below 128. Set an alert right there. I wanted to take a sweet time first before falling. I like these earnings plays. What I don't like is when they immediately fall out the gates and just start tanking and taking. No, I wanted to take a sweet time, because the more the price action chops, let's say in this red box, and you can draw it like I'm doing. Let's draw the red box until about 9:30. All right, so the more it chops in this little box for that first hour, maybe an hour and a half, the cheaper those contracts get. All right, so and hopefully during that chop it could form a very obvious structure for us, and we could see tremendous volume similar to 2 million, maybe 2.5 million in traded volume in that specific candle that rings this alert. That's what y'all should be paying attention to. That's what I'm going to be paying attention to for tomorrow. Patiently wait for that bell to ring. All right, we want to see a big red candle down that breaches through this level, and when it does, watch it for a drop all the way down to 122.5 by the end of the day. All right, when we look at the daily chart, right now it's sitting pretty at the supports, which is at 130, and then as soon as it breaks, people are going to panic, especially anybody who's been greedy since this level. Any buyers who've been buying, let's say calls for example, or have shares, and they haven't taken any profits off the table at all during this big run, their stop losses is right underneath this level. All right, and another thing to consider, there is a gap to fill, two gaps actually, one here and one here, but the first one to fill at exactly 117. I will be shocked if that got taken care of tomorrow. I will be incredibly shocked. I don't think it will get taken care of tomorrow. It might take a few days, especially if this market sell-off accelerates, because the indices have been kind of slow, which is kind of annoying. All right, it's been giving small candles, but like I said before, this is the calm before the storm. Eventually we're gonna see really big, hopefully red candle. All right, now let's do a little bit of an update. On Monday, I shared with you guys Bank of America, and Bank of America, like, I was wrong about the day that it was going to make the move, right? But I was wrong about the day that it would, but I was right about the direction in the end. And this is what I mean. Let me erase that thing. All right, so we got this. This is Bank of America, and the structure was here. And sometimes this happens. It's very annoying, right? Something this clean, this whole move right here should have been shifted to the left. That's what I was expecting on that specific day. And I told y'all, have an alert set right there, right below this previous level of support at 39.35. On the first day, it didn't ring. On the second day, it almost rang, but today it actually did ring and it finally gave out. So for those of you who've been subscribed to the channel, this has happened so many times where I say something is gonna happen and then that whole move just gets pushed forward. All right, so it's annoying. If you manage to make some money on it, congrats, but it is annoying. Is it going to continue lower? If the indices continue to sell off, I would have to say yes, because if you look at the daily charts on Bank of America, it is kind of rolling over. It is. And when we look at and when we check out other banks like Wells Fargo, for example, Wells Fargo is also kind of rolling over. All right, today it only had a doji, but it's right on the edge. The support line is around 56.50. Below this level, there is no support. There's really none. All the way until like 51.26. So this is definitely a good one to keep in your watch list. Those contracts are not super inflated yet because we're not in the week of earnings. Right, so the IV hasn't really kicked in. So this definitely could be something to consider for tomorrow, especially if everything sells off. Now, the next one that I'm going to be doing an update on is Starbucks, because it's been a while. I shared this one with y'all, but ever since I shared it, it's been playing annoying games. And I don't like it. I don't like this in general. Because the market is, well, because the stock itself is giving dojis. When a stock itself is giving dojis, first thing, like I told you before, it's best to literally just chill out. All right, and wait for a structure that is clean and that is good to make your move on. But right now, this alert that I have set in that video that I talked about it, I set an alert right here at 81.9. It hasn't ringed at all. It's been doing this. The day it rings, I would most likely take a trade on it. But obviously, there's other things to consider, like the volume and the structure when it actually rings, because this gap right here is still there. All right, so just be patient. Eventually it's going to start making the move. Eventually those candles are gonna start looking like these. All right, and when it starts to look like this, that's when you make your move. I thought it would begin a little bit earlier, but unfortunately it didn't, so we're just gonna have to wait. That's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, along with the contracts that I buy, and most importantly, the reason why I take the trades that I take to begin with, that way you get to learn along the way, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul and Goodman at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.